All right, so Michael Renner from Pro Football Focus has his best fit for the Browns. Do you have any idea who it is?
Andrew Thomas?
Andrew Thomas is the guy. Let's take a look at what Michael Renner has to say. Thomas makes the most sense for a number of reasons. First is that he actually played left tackle the past 2 seasons. Iowa's Tristan-Wirfs and Alabama's Jedrick-Wills have been career right tackles. The second is he's already good in pass protection. This past season at Georgia, Thomas allowed 9 total pressures, didn't have a single game where he gave up more than 2. It was as clean a performance across the board as we saw in the entire class. He's 6'5", 315. He's the Jacobs Blocking Trophy winner from 2019, and that's the best in his conference. And he's a 2-time first-team All-SEC performer, playing both tackle spots in his college career. I'm actually okay with any of these guys, any of the 3 or 4 top linemen. Got to fill that position somehow, and I don't think they're going to fill it with a one-year guy in free agency, or a trade for that matter.
So the only concern I have is for a guy, if they look at any of these guys who haven't really played left tackle that much, or they want to move him over from right tackle. Tristan-Wirfs, a guy that played on both. And, sometimes you'll say, well, why didn't he just play left tackle? And I think there are a number of reasons why guys don't play positions in college. And part of that has to do with politics. It has to do with who recruited you. It may have to be with, a guy who's coming in as a freshman that maybe they've made big promises to, and maybe there's a new coach, or there's all kinds of things that go into a situation of why a guy would play one side of the line or not. I think there's more politics, obviously, in the college game than there are in the pro game. But I would like to have a guy that played left tackle the whole time in college. That said, we talked to Joe Thomas today because I've always said that's kind of been a concern of mine. And Joe's like, it doesn't matter. If the guy can play, the guy can play. Get him out there, and let's see what he can do. And, I believe Joe Thomas more than I believe my insecurity on whether a guy can play right or left based on what they've done in college.
Yeah, but you see some of these guys who can play either side of the line. Obviously, except for Tua, who's a left-hander, if you normally have your right-handed guy, you do want that backside protected. And I don't think you can just do it by throwing in a guy he's a lineman, he should be able to adapt. I think there's so much more to it. I mean, obviously, Joe Thomas could have played any position along the line, but you didn't want him to. He was so good at the one.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. How could you not? I'm just wondering if Trent Williams comes into play if they don't get a left tackle at number 10.
Could very well be. Okay, I don't mind them doing that kind of switch. I just don't want to see trades up and trades down to make that happen.